The Gold Coast is a linear city, sprawls north to south as opposed to a concentric one. This really intrigues us as an idea. It starts to set up this kind of duality between the ocean and the mountains, the east and the west, the sunrise, the sunset. So I think there's this really strong connection with the environment for people, and that has fundamentally underpinned the ideas of this building. It's a piece of architecture that tries to get out of the way, essentially. It tunes the environment through passive design elements, horizontal slab projections to provide shade to the north, and really structuring the building to frame views. You can see just through the imagery of the building that it's uncluttered, it's seeking a clarity essentially about its connection to the environment. And really that's what living on the Gold Coast is all about.
We see this particular place as being quite unique on the Gold Coast. It's where the Nerang River kind of bends quite closely to the beach and the sea. So looking at the site, we saw the opportunity straight away to offer something that you don't get on the Gold Coast very often. A lot of the apartment buildings on the Gold Coast, they tend to orient only towards the sea. So we saw this point between the Nerang River and the sea as an opportunity to give people that beach lifestyle, but then also connect to the still water of the Nerang River, which is a lot more calm, a lot more tranquil, and the backdrop of the hinterland behind the Gold Coast. So that drove a lot of the design ideas, both in how we enter the building, creating this ground plane that takes you from a bit more of that beach lifestyle and a bit of that intensity that the Gold Coast has, particularly in that Surfers Paradise area, and then sort of decompressing a little bit and bringing people in to a more tranquil place on the still water of the Nerang River. So we have a lot of opportunities for views in this building, and we wanted to give that to as many units as possible. The move to sort of locate the mid-level rec where it was to kind of, one, offer a bit of like an urban gesture back to the city to sort of show how this building is used, make something readable and noticeable on the skylines, and then to give every resident an opportunity to take advantage of the amazing views of the site. So everybody can come to that rec space and you get the full sweep on the northern side of the building from, again, the sea to the hinterland. The rest of the building as a whole, you know, we looked just to sort of calm it down a little bit, and then we put a lot of that detail and accent into those areas that are accessed at the ground level, at the mid-level communal rec space, and then at the crown of the building.
So we had the Exalt scheme, which is the light scheme, and it's more aligned with the eastern side and your sunrise, and it's more of a lifted palette, reminiscent of the rising sun and the bright light of morning there. Even the tapware is a brushed nickel, as opposed to the dark scheme, which is the repose scheme. It's more aligned with the west, where the sun sets, everything gets a bit richer, darker, a little bit more of a grey nighttime tone. And then we have the wash of the tapware, which is a beautiful bronze colour, which is more aligned with a sunset. The apartments were designed to be a relaxed backdrop to the rhythms of everyday life. Spaces are all co-located with that east-west connection. So the yoga wellness centre is on the eastern side of the building, so you can do your morning sunrise yoga there, and then in the evening when you want to kick back and relax with some of your friends and have a wine, watch that beautiful sunset out to the hinterland, you can sit around in the dining room there.
We love telling stories about what something will be like, what are we aiming for, and then I think the proof of that thinking is always in the built work. And that's what we're striving for, and Rivea is by no means an exception to that sort of idea.